Okay, so we will start with stock and debtors method, illustration number 8. It is in page number 6.46. So, as we have discussed it earlier, we have debtors method and stock and debtors method. So, in this debtors method is a bit less chance coming in exam. So, we have opted for stock and debtors method. Now, we will practice more problems in this, and then if time permits we will go for debtors method also. As of now I am taking illustration number 8. Okay, let us start. See, Hindustan Traders Baramati has a branch at Sahapur. So Baramati is head office and Sahapur is branch. Goods are invoiced to branch at cost plus 50%. Now when it says cost plus 50%, I will write it here. 100 is cost plus 50% and selling price is 150. Now if I compare this profit 50 with 100, it will be 1 by 2. And if I compare 50 with 150, which is 50 by 150, 50 by 150, which will come to 1 by 3. Okay, so I am writing here as 1 by 3. Hence, if the price of the goods is given at cost, then we'll add half of the cost to the cost amount, which will give invoice price, or half of the cost, which will give profit. And then if he is giving invoice price, to find the profit which is loading, we have to divide it or multiply it with 1 by 3. Okay, then you get profit amount which is loading, which we will use in branch adjustment account. Okay, next we have branch remits all cash received to head office and all expenses are met by head office. Now all the expenses which are there in the branch will be met by head office. So, and what all money it has, immediately it remits it to the head office. Who has the branch, whatever cash it has, immediately it remits to the head office. Next, from the following particulars, prepare necessary ledger accounts on stock and debtors system to show the profits earned at branch. Okay. Now, stock on 1st April 2015 at invoice price. Now, he is saying it is invoice price, so let us take here as 9,300. We should always account at invoice price. Now, whenever there is invoice price, there is loading, go to branch adjustment account and write here by stock reserve. You have to write it on the opposite side, which is on the credit side. Opening balance will be on the debit side of branch stock account, but you have to write it on the credit side of the branch adjustment account. How much is the loading amount? Now it is given in invoice price. So as I said, if it is at invoice price, you have to take, if it is at invoice price, you have to take 1/3. So I will take 1/3 of 9,300, which is 3,100. Then we have debtors. 1st April 2015, 6,800. So I will go to debtors account, 6,800. Now there is no loading in debtors, because the debtors is like of the branch. Whatever price the branch gets, that price it sells it to the debtors. Cash in hand on 1st April 2015. Oh, this is not done. Why? In the previous sentence we read branch remits all cash received to head office and all expenses are met by the head office. Now it means there should not be any cash. But why did the cash come? Okay. Now it will never happen that the branch will have zero cash. It will always have some or the other amount. Now how do you understand this 100 rupees is? It is considered as petty cash. Okay. So we will take it as opening balance of petty cash. Goods invoice to branch at cost. See, here he has given at cost. Now he's saying that we have sent goods to branch at cost. Now cost is at what? 34,000. And I told that whenever we get cost, we have to find out half of it as profit. Okay. So if it is 34,000, let us calculate here. Goods sent to branch. Okay. Cost plus profit equals to invoice price. Now what is the cost? 34,000. And I said profit should be half of 34,000. Okay, so it is 51,000. This half of 34,000 is 17,000. So it is 51,000. Okay. Now what are the important things which we have to write? We'll use this in stock reserve account, or rather branch adjustment account, and this 51,000 we will use in stock account as goods sent to branch at invoice price. So here I will write 51,000. Now I will go to branch adjustment account. Here I will write 17,000, the loading amount. Next, sales at branch. If it is at cash, what will happen? Stock will go away. So I will write by branch cash. Now listen, he did not ask how much is the cash amount. Okay, he did not give any opening and closing of branch cash, and we also know that branch cash is nil. We only have branch petty cash. So in petty cash you won't be writing all the cash details which happens in sales and all. So here by branch cash it is 25,050. Now you may ask, sir, it is not given whether it is at cost or invoice price. So if it is not given whether it is at cost or invoice price, it is to be assumed at invoice price. Now credit. Now when it is at credit, what I have to do? I have to take by branch debtors. This is a sales. It is 31,000. Okay. Now here I will write to branch stock, which is 31,000. Means there is a sale of 31,000 during the year. Petty cash remittance to branch. Now see, we will go to petty cash, and there is a remittance of 400 rupees. So you write 400 here, and you write here do bank. Means with respect to head office, bank account is credited. So the branch is receiving 400 rupees. Cash received on ledger accounts. Now you may ask, what is ledger accounts? You have to kind of guess, or you can also remember this. When it says cash received from ledger accounts, it is from debtors. Okay. Now you go to that branch debtors account. You write here by branch cash. Amount is 30,400. Now otherwise this has to be written in branch cash account. Now if you want to open a branch cash account, that's absolutely fine, but whatever money you open, whatever money is there in the branch cash account, that will anyway go to the head office, and he is not asking you balance sheet or anything, so you don't have to show the figure how much is sent to the head office by the branch. Next is goods returned by credit customers. Now there is a return, so what will happen? It will be by branch. So by branch stock 1200, and here also it is 1200. Stock will increase to branch debtors. Now what is next one? Goods returned by branch to head office, invoice price. Now when the goods are coming back to the head office, then it will be by goods sent to branch at 1500 rupees invoice price. Now this is what? This is returns to head office. Now because there is a return, you have to again डू लोडिंग। तो लोडिंग कितना है 1500 रुपीज़ का। इनवॉइस प्राइस के ऊपर हमें क्या लेना चाहिए 1/3 लेना चाहिए। सो वी टेक 500 रुपीज़ ब्रांच एडजस्टमेंट टू goods sent to branch returns. Then you have actual petty expenses by branch. Now he is telling these are the actual expenses which by the done by the branch. So you write here by branch expenses which is 370. Okay. Now this expense has to be written in either branch expenses account, or you can also take to branch P&L. You can also take to branch P&L. Okay. Don't get confused. In some problems they will not ask you to make branch P&L account. That's why branch accounts look little uh, confusing. Like if you go to single entry, it was kind of like this only. So when some accounts need to be done, some accounts don't need to be made, and in sometimes these accounts they don't have any relevance. If he is asking, then we will do. If he doesn't ask, we won't do it. So that is how it works. In this case, now he is not asking branch P&L account. Sometimes if he is specifically asking, you can do it. Otherwise you can manage with branch adjustment account. Now in this case, when it comes to branch petty cash, now branch expenses is 370. So you write branch expenses. Then we have allowances to debtors, which is 400 rupees. So it is an expense. By branch expenses 370. So you write in branch expense to petty cash 370. Next item, allowances to debtors is 400. So it is 400 to branch debtors. Okay. And in debtors you write by branch expenses, and under that you write allowances 400 rupees. Then goods transferred from Srirampur branch to Sahapur branch. Now it is just like goods sent to branch. So I am writing it here. It is 2100 rupees to goods sent to branch. Get Sriram to Sahapur. Sriram to Sahapur branch. 2100. Now I will remove loading here. 2100 divided by 3. 700. Bad debts written off. Now go here, debtors. I write here bad debts. How much is the amount? 600. I come here, expenses. I write here 600. Here what I can do is I can underline like this. Take this 400 here, 400 and 600. This is allowances, and this is bad debts. Shortage of goods. Now again this is a loss. So to shortage of goods. I wrote it here in branch adjustment because this is related to branch stock, okay, which is 450. I go to branch stock account and here I write 450 by branch by shortage of goods. Next, discount allowed to customers is 200 rupees. Now we will go to debtors account, 200 discount, and here I will write 200 discount. Rent and taxes, salaries and wages, and advertisement. This is basically what this is expenses of the branch. So this will be, money will be paid by the head office to bank. Rent and taxes, salaries and wages, $2,000, and you have advertisement of 400 rupees. Then you have interest charged on overdues of credit customers. Now this is extra money which is received. What we can do, we can go to branch debtors account, and right here write to interest charged, which is 1,000 rupees. So isn't it an income? So you can take it direct, you can use it in two ways. One is you can write it in branch expense, or you can write directly in branch adjustment. Here it is an income, okay, so you write here by branch debtors, and it is 1,000 rupees. So it's a surplus basically. Now we have written everything which is appearing in the question. Few things which will start balancing is, first of all, छोटा वाला petty cash वाला जो है उसको close कर देंगे. We can go in any strategy, but let us start with the small one. So we have here by balance carried down 100 plus 4, this is 400, 500 minus 370, which is 130. This is balancing figure. Okay, I have written balancing figure in blue. Then we can immediately, first of all, anytime you can close, either you close branch stock account or you close branch debtors account. Yeah, so we have, see, we already have brought down. So what can be there? Generally it will be this side only, you know, like credit side only, there will be some shortfall. So we will start taking total from debit side, which is 9,300, 51,000 plus 1,200 plus 2,100, which is 63600, 63600, 63600. Okay, and let us subtract 25010 minus 21,000 minus 450. So answer is carried down. So the balance is 5640. One important thing, we have by balance carried down as 5640. Now this is a closing stock. In closing stock also there is a loading. So we will go to branch adjustment account and write here to stock reserve bracket closing stock. So we have 5640 divided by 3, which is 1880. 1880. This is the stock reserve for closing stock. Okay, if you forget this, then there will be mistake in gross profit or net profit. Now coming to branch debtors account, again the same case, you don't have closing balance, so 6,800 will take debit side, 6,800 plus 31,000 plus 1,000, which comes to 38800, 38800, 38800 minus 30400 minus 1200 minus 1200, so it comes to 6,000. Then we have branch expenses and branch adjustment. Everything else is closed. Now let us close this also. $370 plus 400 plus 600 plus 200 plus 5,400, which comes to 6,970. Here it is an expense, so it will be 2 branch expenses 6,970. Here comes the net profit or loss. 3,100, I am taking credit side, plus 17,000 plus 1,700, 21800, 21800 minus 950 minus 1880 minus 6,970, 12,000. So this is to general P&L account. So this is the balancing figure. Now this problem is over. If you can see here everything. In this question, he didn't ask about branch expenses account. If you notice, he did not ask anything about branch expenses account. If you want to skip branch expenses account, simple. You write all these expenses which is appearing on the debit side of the branch expenses account, you can straight away take it to debit side of a branch adjustment account. Simple. Whenever you don't have to do this, you simply take this. If you notice this account, branch expenses account, what is the big thing did it do? It put all the expenses on one side, and the balancing figure, it transferred it to here, which is equivalent to writing all the debit items here. I hope you understand. That's it.